When I was 38, I grew up, got married, and bought a house.
Show off.
Ooh.
What are you trying to say, John? So.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, let's move on.
So coming up next, and she expressly wanted me to mention that she has a feature at Buzzmill.
Tomorrow.
Give it up for Janet.
Over this way because I feel like I'm closer to you guys if I come over to this side. I don't know why. I do that just because I feel like I'm closer to you. And I think that's something to do. Yes, he is right. I am featuring tomorrow at Buzzmill. I'm really super pleased about it. It's on June 11th, and it's going to be a show that's called 11. And it has a bunch of poems and song that all relate to 11 somehow. And that is why I thought I would share with you a couple things that I'm going to be reading in that show. That will be different in the show because I'm going to have music and everything. It's going to be groovy cool. So I'd love it if you went by to Buzzmill for Fort Famous is the open mic, and it's at 8, and my feature's at 9, and I'm done talking about it. I'll just bring up the poems. This is the first one that I am a Chicagoan, and after I was almost killed in an auto accident, I came back and they said, hey, you need to do quarterly features. And the first one I had was on June 11th. And so this is a poem that I did in this show, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's a sestina variation of Looking for a Worthy Adversary. I've been looking for a worthy adversary, someone I can lock horns with. Though my life makes more sense when I'm alone, it's not nearly as interesting. Alone, it's not nearly as interesting, so I look for a worthy adversary, someone I can battle to the death with. Because it can't be about love, you see. Love can't exist on the terms I demand. It's never that pure. What I demand is never that pure. As I'm looking for a worthy adversary, I slither up to you like a snake, and I tempt you with a golden apple. I tempt you with that golden apple, but all I'm offering you is fruit from the tree of knowledge. The snake gives you the tree of knowledge because all this time I've been playing a part, an actress on a stage, spouting the lines on cue. But the role was getting tiresome, but those stage lights still came on night after night, and I still had to play my part. I played my part until my night off when I saw your show. Your protagonist was doing what I was doing, right down to faking it with those who don't matter, right down to going home and still feeling empty. I play my part. I still feel empty, but I like to see your boiling emotion underneath that no one else could see. I know what that emotion really means. When I know what that emotion really means, I wonder if we could get together and write our own play. If we wrote our own play, it would be a masterful performance. Curtains would close and we'd hold each other's hands as we'd leave the stage, and the audience would know that there is a happy ending. When I know there is a happy ending, I walk out onto the set, and there you stand, in front, stage left. I wait for my cue to make my move. None of the rest of the scene matters to me, you know. And the rest of the scene, it doesn't really matter, and I wonder if the audience would see what we have. Maybe they'd like our little play. Maybe they wouldn't. Who really cares? Who really cares? Because after I tempt you, you now tempt me and tease me and torment me and tell me everything I was too afraid to believe. I was afraid to believe, and now you talk. You reach your hand into my brain and you pull out my thoughts and you shove them into your mouth and you spit them back at me again. You spit my thoughts back at me again, and instead of filling me with terror, it fills me with joy. It fills me with joy because I thought I'd lock horns with that worthy adversary, but now every day is Valentine's Day. It's like candy and flowers and springtime and hearts and cupids and sunshine. And you know, these cliches are actually beginning to make sense. No longer locking horns and everything making sense, I stand here like a statue after the performance of our lifetime, and I wait for the reviews. As I wait for the reviews, I wonder what they'll all say, though none of it matters. None of it matters because I know what you are going to say. It's everything that I've always wanted to say. All I've wanted to say is now you taking my thoughts again and speaking them and shoving them into your mouth again and spitting them back at me again. So I will wait for you to come on stage again, where we have our happy ending and where you tell me what I already know. Thank you. This next piece, I think, is going to be the last one in the show. It is derived from a series of poems that I wrote after I had been married for 11 years. And, well, it's been more than that now, but this is the ending poem for it, and it's called Observer's Love Poem. Maybe I'm not a writer. Maybe I'm not an artist. Maybe I'm an observer, like an astronomer, looking out past the solar system, past the Kuiper belt, trying to understand what makes everything, everything. I fly in airplanes, I jump from airplanes, I pilot airplanes, getting closer to the stars. Molecule by molecule, we originate from stars. But outer space is a violent place. Violent explosions create our stars, and our Earth has earthquakes, avalanches, volcanoes, tsunamis, typhoons. And in all of this madness, somehow I found you. With you, I have watched solar storms from near the Arctic Circle. With you, I've walked through the gates of Hitler's first concentration camp. With you, I have sailed from island to island, retracing the origin of species. As I said before, I'm only an observer. And with these observations, I thee wed. Because I've seen galaxies collide, I've seen comets smash into planets, I've seen supernova and the death of stars, and in all of that, I still found you. As I said before, I'm only an observer, but I found what I've been looking for. I'll tighten my grip on your hand because I don't ever want to let you go. Thank you. And even though this mentions 11, this is a poem that I'd like to share with you, and I'm going to ask you, last piece, I am going to take a selfie of myself afterward. I'm going to do something like this, and if everybody else wants to act like they're taking a selfie to pull out your phones and do something like that, I think that'd be the coolest thing. This is a short poem, and it's called, I'm like, just play. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll just see. Well, this is called Popular and Useless. You starting to get it with the selfie thing? Let me go. A part of us all wants to be famous. We want everyone to know us and love us. If I'm wrong, explain to me the selfie stick. But think about it. The most popular things, more popular than people, are products. Coke, Harley, Kodak, Levi's, Nike, even 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. All of these things are so much more known than you or me. All these things are all so popular, and they all have no substance. So maybe the selfie stick makes sense. If we all want to be popular, if we all want to be famous, maybe we should learn how to take our cues for being perfect by being generic and having no substance at all. So let's go and start the show. Time to turn your camera toward yourself and open your eyes wide, but don't smile too hard because you want to be wrinkle-free to post that perfect picture on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest to show everyone how on the surface you are picture perfect. Don't bother looking for anything under the surface. Inject human botulism into your face so that you can't even show any expressions because nothing's too far for surface beauty. You want to be known? then focus that camera not on your outsides and don't have to worry about anything on the inside at all. I want to take a selfie with you guys, so see if this actually works. I can't see with the lighting, and I can't really talk with the lighting, but I'm good. Hey, oh wait, I can't wrinkle. I have to look like I'm all perfect or whatever nonsense. Oh, I do it this way, I'll get more people. All right, I see glasses going on. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. It said 7-Eleven, but I had to do that for the heck of it. Thank you.
Everyone give it up for Janet.